What is up, guys? Welcome to another video. So today I am going to finish off this like Xinjiang trip kind of series thing, whatever. So I'm going to talk about the good things, the really good things, the bad things, the really bad things. So yeah, buckle up, buckaroos.
Let's do this! Buckle up, buckaroos!
Alright then, so let's start with the good things. You know, this video should start with the good things, then as we go towards the end, we're going to talk about the not so good things. So, you know, first things first, snowboarding. Awesome. The mountain was so good, man. Like, I can't even describe it. It was so good. Like, you know, no icy spots on the mountain. It was super cool. People were super friendly. Even the ski patrols, like when we went off track, they were still like, you know, really nice, and they were just like telling us like, you know, maybe don't go off track and just, you know, be careful. So yeah, they were really nice. People were really nice there. The hotel was really good. The hotel room was very comfortable, very clean. People were very nice there as well. They were very helpful as well. They tried to help us to fix the car, to find you know, a place where we can get it fixed. Obviously that didn't happen, but obviously it's not their fault. So yeah, they were very helpful. People in the restaurant as well, they were very helpful, very welcoming, very warm. So yeah, overall, you know, I think this whole Xinjiang trip was a positive experience. So yeah, the mountain was great, people were great, food was great, hotel was great. You know, traveling around Xinjiang is a bit difficult sometimes, but I think we used common sense and some knowledge as well to get around things. So yeah, it was definitely a great experience. However, there are some bad things that I need to talk about. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna shift this video into another direction. So you're gonna hear about the not so great things as well. So let's do that. There you go. This kind of bullshit that you need to put up in Xinjiang. Like, they let you through a gate like that, but one by one. So Ricky is lucky to be here. He can be here because he's Chinese, and I don't have a Chinese ID card. And you need your Chinese ID card to get petrol as well. How fucking ridiculous is that? Barbed wire fences everywhere, like someone's gonna steal the petrol here. Honestly, it's bullshit. Alright then, so let me explain this short clip because some people think that this looks rather confusing, and it looks like I'm upset for no particular reason. So when you enter a petrol station in the Xinjiang area, you need to use your ID card to scan yourself into a machine that is basically connected to the police station, so they can see where you are, what you're doing, and all of these things. So this is something that I could live with and accept because, you know, I'm a guest and all that sort of a, you know, bullshit. But one thing that I will never understand about this is, why do you need barbed wire fences all around the petrol stations? You know, is terrorism really that bad in Xinjiang that, you know, they blow up petrol stations every other day? So yeah, that's something that I don't really understand. Another thing is, you know, foreigners can't really scan themselves in because the machine only takes Chinese ID cards. So I was lucky enough to get in because, as I mentioned in the clip, Ricky was lucky enough to get in as well, because we told the security guy that I can drive, Ricky can't drive, but he is the one who has a Chinese ID card. So yeah, we were lucky enough to get in. Otherwise, they tell people to stay outside. So if you drive a car and you have guests in the car, or passengers, call them whatever you want, those people, they need to get out of the car and they need to wait on the other side of the fence, which is, it's ridiculous in my opinion. I mean, it doesn't matter what's the weather. It can be minus 30 like it was for us, or it can be, you know, 40 plus during the summer. They don't really care about that. You know, during day zero, when we were traveling to the hotel, to the mountains, we stopped at the petrol station. It was like 1 a.m. in the morning, and you know, we drove in, but we saw that there was a woman on the other side of the fence holding a baby. And I checked the temperature. It was minus 32. So you know, I don't think you can argue with this. This is a bullshit rule. I mean, okay, I can understand that you know, they should limit the amount of people going in, but forcing a mother with his you know, newborn to stay outside in -32, that is ridiculous. So if you want to defend these practices, then you definitely have something wrong in your head, and you know, you should get that checked out before you endanger someone else in society. So this other one was about the checkpoint that we had to go through in Xinjiang on our way to the mountains. So here they asked us, you know, a bunch of questions like, why are we here? Who sent us? Do we have a COVID test? Where are we staying? What are we going to do in the region? All of these things, like, you know, they were very nosy about things. And the same thing happened at the next checkpoint as well. Between the two checkpoints, there was like 100 kilometers of distance, so it's not that much. Same questions, you know, same photocopying process. So they took like pictures and photocopies of all of our papers, flight tickets and everything. They made the phone calls, same phone calls, you know, asking people like, do they know these foreigners and what they are doing here. You know, they basically let us go in 5 minutes. They did do a COVID test, but they let us go in like 5 minutes. So they were very interested in our travel plans and where we are staying, but they weren't that interested in the COVID part. So yeah, it's weird. Obviously, all of these checkpoints, metal detectors, riot gear everywhere. It's like they are preparing for the Third World War. So yeah, very, very different compared to the Dongbei region, for example, where I live. So this next story that I'm going to tell you is related to the restaurant that you saw in the last episode, so yesterday's video. The owners of this restaurant are all minorities, Muslim minorities. Obviously, I won't show their faces or any videos about them, because what I'm going to tell you, it might going to shock you, and you know, it might put them in some sort of danger. But I think it's better if I just leave them out of the video, don't show any pictures about them at all. So this family has relatives that are attending these so-called re-education camps. So the story is, they took them away. The police came one day and they said, you need to pack up your stuff and you need to come with us. The family knows nothing about them ever since they took them away, and this was like, you know, 3 or 4 months ago. They haven't heard anything about them. They don't know where they are or what they are doing. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to speculate anything. I can only tell what they told us, but you know, it's already scary. And you know, nobody really knows the purpose of these so-called re-education camps. And like I said, I don't want to speculate anything, but one thing is for sure, they do exist, and that is something that cannot be denied at all. You know, these places do exist. I was there. I have talked to people which has family members in these re-education camps, so it's the reality, unfortunately. So this last story, which is again another negative story, this happened on the last day when we arrived at the airport, when we were returning our rental car. You know, it's not really Xinjiang or China specific. This can happen all around the world. So, you know, I'm not like pinpointing and saying that, you know, this is Xinjiang specific and, you know, it's because of the Muslims or whatever. This can happen all around the world. So, yeah. Anyway, we returned our rental car. You know, we met the guy, we gave the keys to him and everything, and he started doing his checks, you know, checking for damage and whatnot. Obviously, there was no problem with the car. The only problem was the heating was broken, the electrics were broken as well. Like the handbrake sign would always like pop up randomly. So yeah, that was it really. And then he turns around and he says, you know, we need to pay for the cleaning fee to wash the car, and it's 40 yuan. I asked him again because I wasn't sure, because I was on my phone and I was looking at something. Then I asked him what did he say, and he said it's 40 yuan for the cleaning. So I was already tired at this point. Like I've been driving for like 6 hours, like over 500 kilometers. And basically I told him, like, there is no way that we are paying any money to you. If anything, you should pay us money, because we've been driving this shitbox for the past 5 days with no heating, with broken electrics, and it's generally just a safety hazard to be on the road with this car. You know, he just kept repeating the same bullshit, like it's 40 yuan, it's 40 yuan for the cleaning. And I've kind of lost it, and I just said to him, like, you know, go and fuck yourself. We are not paying you any fucking money. You should go and, you know, do us a favor and fuck off. Obviously all in Chinese, because he couldn't speak any English. So I'm not gonna repeat what I said to him, but yeah, they were very like dirty words. So basically I said to him, you should go and, you know, go and fuck yourself and go and fuck your mother, and you know, get out of my face and all that sort of stuff. Obviously he got very upset. He got out of the car and he started like pointing his fingers at me, like, you know, you can't say these things, this is China, you should respect China, like all of this, like, you know, Wumao bullshit that the Wumaos always do. So I just told him one more time, you know, go and fuck yourself. And basically we started packing up our bags, taking it out from the car, and we started walking towards the terminal. And he said, all right, I'm gonna call the police. So then, you know, I told him the same thing again, you know, just go and fuck yourself and do whatever you want. You can call the police, I don't really care. So then we started walking towards the terminal. He ran after us and he tried to block our way. Then the police arrived with the big ass like guns, because it's the airport, they have the army there, and you know, it's Xinjiang. So yeah, the policeman was actually like really nice. It was actually 3 of them. One of them was recording, the other one was talking, and the other one was just, you know, an extra piece basically. So one of them started asking the questions to him and to me as well. You know, I explained it as best as I can. You know, my Chinese is not that amazing. Obviously Ricky wasn't involved in this, so, you know, he wasn't even saying anything. He was just standing there like an extra on a film set. So I explained it as best as I can, and the policeman was actually like, you know, very friendly, and he was actually standing on my side during this whole time. And, you know, he was telling this guy, like, you know, why are you bothering these two? They're literally just trying to get on the flight, and they just returned the car. You know, I explained the broken heater as well, that the heater was broken, the electrics are broken, and it's, you know, just generally a safety hazard to be driving this car. And yeah, the policeman was, you know, very helpful. This guy just kept repeating the same bullshit, the same like Wumao bullshit. So the policeman suggested just pay him the 40 yuan and just let him be. So that's what I did, you know, pay the 40 RMB. I don't really care about the money part, like, you know, 40 RMB. If I really want to be cocky and rude, I can literally just take 40 yuan out and just set it on fire, because it's such little money. Like, I don't care about the money part. It's just, you know, how cocky and how disrespectful and how unhelpful this guy was. Because we did tell the company on day 0, as we were driving, that the heater's broken, you know, send us some, you know, advice, some help, what we can do, or maybe send us a new car or something like that. But they didn't do anything. They just ignored us basically. So you know, that was one of the reasons why I was really upset about this situation. Like I said, I don't really care about the 40 yuan. You know, I'm hoping that this guy is gonna spend that 40 yuan on medicine, or he's gonna stick it up to a place where the sun doesn't shine. You know, I was just upset that he just had a shitty attitude, and you know, he was just a shitty person in general. So yeah, that's it. You know, these are 4 negative stories about Xinjiang. One, this last one obviously is not Xinjiang specific. This is just, you know, shit people specific. But either way, you know, that's the end of the series about Xinjiang. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that this was a very informative mini series for you about this region. Leave a comment down below. You know, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Subscribe. You know, like I said in the previous videos, 80% of the people that are watching it are not subscribed. So you know, be part of the minority. You know, support the minority. So subscribe. Push the share button.
Push that share button.
Come back tomorrow for another video. I'm trying to, you know, put out videos every single day now because I have a bit more free time to do so. So yeah, come back tomorrow for another video. Subscribe, share button, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Let's do this! Buckle up, buckaroos!